This stuff here, tea, it offers some great health benefits for our dogs and cats. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my top 7, that's right, top 7 healing teas for pets.
Are you looking to learn more about natural pet health and wellness? You've come to the right place. Click the link to subscribe to Veterinary Secrets.
Next to water, tea, it's one of the most inexpensive things that your pets can consume. Tastes pretty good. But we now know the same principles apply to our dogs and cats. You can really help your pets using tea, and these are my top 7. Number 1, the most popular tea in the world, this guy here, black tea. It's rich in medicinal nutrients, thing called polyphenols, and that's what most of the teas have. But black tea in particular has one polyphenol called theaflavin that no other teas have. Black tea, it also contains L-theanine. That's the amino acid we primarily think of in green tea. Great for anxiety. We use this a ton in our pets. Some of the nutrients in black tea, they can help manage diabetes. They help naturally keep blood glucose lower. A couple ways I like to use it with our animals. Number 1, it's got some great antiseptic properties. It's a good topical antibacterial. So one of the things I've found it works really well for is our dogs at any time have a topical hot spot. It's a surface area of infected skin. I'll get a piece of gauze, a concentrated cup, half a cup of concentrated black tea, soak in a bit of that gauze, and I'll wipe it over top of that affected area off. And we'll see these hot spots on the neck. You can do that 4 times a day. You can also take some of this black tea, draw it up into a syringe, and you can drip it into your dog's eye. You want to do 2 drops 4 times a day if they've got an eye infection. Great topical antibacterial. It's been well studied, shown to be beneficial for heart disease, being beneficial to decrease the chance of stroke. And one human study found that for people that consume 2 cups or more of black tea, that decreases their risk of death from every other cause by upwards of 15% just by drinking black tea. Number 2, this tea here, green tea. I've talked about green tea a ton just because I find it so helpful for animals. It's got a pile of different uses. It's a great natural antibacterial. It's a really potent anti-inflammatory. So number 1, we're using it for eye infections, right? I would just drop a small amount into a syringe. This syringe here, 2 drops, the affected eye 4 times a day. It works really well. Probably my number 1 go-to for eye infections. I've used it orally as an oral rinse. It's great to deal with some of those pathogenic bacteria in the mouth. A great bad breath remedy. If you make a half a cup of concentrated green tea like this, put in 2 tablespoons of honey, that is a great natural urinary tract disease remedy. And I've seen many animals respond really well to this. It also naturally increases metabolic rate. I've actually seen some pet parents have said it's helped deal with their dog's fatty tumors, their lipomas. Giving a quarter of a cup for 20 pounds body weight daily of green tea increases their metabolic rate. These tumors start to shrink, all because of green tea. There is a moderate amount of caffeine within the green tea, but if you give it that measured amount, about a quarter of a cup for 20 pounds of body weight daily, you're going to do your dog no harm and potentially a whole lot of good. Green tea, it's got the polyphenol EGCG, and this is just a very impressive anti-cancer compound. It's been extensively studied, so it's being used in people and our animals specifically for that. Then lastly, there's the amino acid L-theanine, of which there's a really high concentration of this in green tea. And it's probably one of our most important supplements that we have for animals that have ongoing anxiety, like L-theanine. So all of that and more is in green tea. So you've got this like great little natural herbal option. Green tea, probably in your house right now. Definitely consider using this for your dogs and cats. Cassian had an eye infection, for instance. I drew up some concentrated green tea, and then he was pretty good. He was pretty good. I put 2 drops into his eye. I did that 4 times a day. Honestly, I did it for about 2 days. Infection was gone. Green tea is a great option. Number 3, this is everybody's favorite calming tea. This is chamomile. And if you see how chamomile can to offer this soothing benefit to you, help decrease anxiety, this comes from a specific flavonoid called apigenin. It binds some of the receptors in the brain, so it's naturally decreasing brain activity. It's very safe, and the very same principle can be applied to our animals. So you have a dog with, say, ongoing anxiety, it would be a fine option to then just switch out their water bowl. Instead of them just drinking water, substitute in chamomile tea. Likewise, say you've got a cat, he's got repeated urinary tract disease, you can think of substituting in chamomile tea. An easy way to do it, make about a cup of chamomile tea, and you're going to be giving about a quarter of a cup per 20-25 pounds of body weight daily. It's fine, put a quarter of that cup in your cat's water. Chamomile may even offer some anti-cancer properties. So yeah, it would just be a good overall thing to have your dog or cat consuming chamomile daily, especially if we're dealing with any animal that's dealing with any ongoing anxiety. Or people. Number 4, coming from the leaves of a stinging plant. This is nettle leaf tea. Nettle, it's very nutrient dense, considered one of the most nutrient dense plants. So it's rich in vitamins A, B, C, and K. Rich in key minerals, including calcium, magnesium, potassium. The nettle tea is especially high in that wonderful anti-inflammatory, anti-itch flavonoid, quercetin. Yes, all of that and even more, I haven't even listed it all, is found in this nettle tea. It's this great, nutrient-dense, concentrated, natural little medicinal powerhouse, all in this. And before I tell you how good it is for your pets, I drink this every day, and I spend a lot of time reading about a lot of medicinal nutrients. So if I'm drinking nettle tea, it's for a reason. The most important reason, in my opinion, be using nettle is to help naturally manage our animals that have allergies, especially our dogs. So it's considered a very safe, natural antihistamine, something you could easily give to your dog daily on an ongoing basis. Will do them no harm and potentially a whole lot of good. So you want to make a nice concentrated cup of nettle tea, a full cup. Let it sit, steep, and cool for at least 20 minutes. You want it nice and concentrated. And just substitute the nettle instead of your dog's water. It will be completely fine. Do that for 2 to 4 weeks if you've got an itchy animal and see if it's been beneficial. For a lot of animals, it really is. It also has some anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and diuretic properties. It's also just another good option for trying to help deal with an animal that has a urinary tract infection. Right? Because we know we can give them nettle. It's going to provide some anti-inflammatory, antibacterial properties, as well as help flush out that urinary bladder, whatever the underlying cause of the inflammation is. All that from nettle. Number 5, typically you and I probably cook with. This time we're drinking it. Ginger. The benefits of ginger come from the polyphenols, one in particular that's unique to ginger. It's called gingerol. Well, number 1, we know it for being anti-nausea. You have an animal that has an upset stomach. I say being sick going in the car, maybe just eating something and he doesn't feel quite so good. Ginger, and ginger tea in particular, is a great option. Can naturally decrease that stomach inflammation. He's going to feel better. The second big benefit, and it's coming from that polyphenol, is its anti-inflammatory pain-killing properties. Ginger tea has been well studied, specifically in relation to being a natural anti-inflammatory. They found, if they substitute ginger tea for black tea, for instance, are of the belief that it can make a marked difference in decreasing NSAID toxicity. Because ginger is providing that much pain relief, they can lower the doses of the NSAIDs, way lower anti-inflammatory medication toxicity. All because of ginger tea. So yes, it's great for nausea, also really good natural anti-inflammatory. Consider ginger tea if you've got an older dog with arthritis. And you're like, is there something natural you could use? Yes, you could use ginger tea. I suggest giving about a quarter of a cup per 25 pounds of body weight daily. But you first got to see if your animal will consume it, because I have tried this with Tula and she's like, there's no way. So in some cases, it's a little bit easy if you add in something to sweeten it, maybe a little bit of honey first, then they're more likely to consume it. Even like a teaspoon of honey within a cup of ginger tea. because it tastes very gingery, and I can attest. I definitely feel healthier. Wow. Number 6, this is a tea that comes from a bush known as the African red bush. This dark red almost smells like maybe smoky tobacco tea. It's called Rooibos, if I pronounce that right. It's a natural herbal tea, so it contains no caffeine. It's anti-inflammatory. It's being used topically for our animals that have hot spots. Orally, it can help for itching, and it can also just naturally boost your dog or cat's immunity via these wonderful natural flavonoids. For me, it's interesting. I used to drink a lot of Rooibos. I just kind of migrated away from it. I never really thought of it as a medicinal tea for our pets. But when I look into it, I mean, it's a great option. I'm surprised I've never talked about it. I am today. It's got 2 really important flavonoids. Number 1, it's unique. There's one called apspalathin, only found in Rooibos. And then number 2, the flavonoid I talk a lot about, quercetin. Both of those are in here. We've got to revisit this tea. When consumed orally, it can help naturally decrease inflammation. Think about our animals that have allergies. They're going to respond to that quercetin. But also the second flavonoid, apspalathin, it's a natural anti-inflammatory. It could be beneficial for animals that have arthritis. And because it's got these 2 really powerful medicinal nutrients, it'd be great to give as an ongoing basis to naturally boost your dog or cat's immune system. All from Rooibos. How could you use it? Well, number 1, you could use it topically if you have a dog or cat with a surface skin infection, like your dog may have a bit of a hot spot. If you don't want to use black tea, you can try using Rooibos tea. It's got some antibacterial, anti-inflammatory properties. Wipe that over top of that hot spot or inflamed area. You can do that 4 times a day, 5 to 7 days. You could also use it topically as a soak. So you've got a dog that has a skin infection in between his pads, pododermatitis. Put the whole paw right in that concentrated Rooibos tea. Sit in there for 5 to 10 minutes. Do that twice a day, 7 to 10 days. And then orally, for any animal, especially an animal that's got allergies, maybe they haven't responded as well to the Nettle tea, why don't you try some Rooibos, right? Say you've done 2 weeks, been no big improvement, maybe consider Rooibos as an option. Great alternative when it's got those 2 unique flavonoids. About 1/4 cup per 20 pounds of body weight daily. Very safe. There's no concern about caffeine at all. Consider Rooibos. Say you've got an animal with some of those conditions, and I'd love to hear your feedback if it helps. Rooibos. Number 7, this comes from a plant we actually have growing outside our house. Comes from the flowers of this plant. This is hibiscus tea. There's these purpley looking flowers, and this can also help our animals. And potentially you. This red color of the tea means it's rich in one particular flavonoid called anthocyanins, and that's what's providing the medicinal qualities. There's 2 big things in particular it's been studied for. Number 1, for cardiovascular or heart health, and then number 2, as a natural antiviral. So for people regularly consuming hibiscus tea, what they've seen is, number 1, it can naturally lower certain types of cholesterol, aka the bad cholesterol, pretty important for us. And then number 2, it's one of the few natural products to decrease blood pressure. So if you have an animal with elevated blood pressure, which isn't uncommon with our cats with kidney disease, you can be considering hibiscus tea. And then number 2, as a natural antiviral. We have very few really effective natural antivirals. And to know that there's a tea considered for that, that's very impressive. Right? So one in particular it's been studied for is against the bird flu or avian influenza. So if you have an animal that has influenza, i.e. a cat with feline herpes virus or a calicivirus, or a dog who has canine influenza, some strain of kennel cough, consider hibiscus tea. And it's made from the flowers. It's very, very safe. Right? So I'd be looking at, giving about 1/4 cup per 25 pounds of body weight. You need to do that once a day. For treating a 25-pound dog, aka little Tula with kennel cough, I would be giving her 1/8 cup twice a day for 5 to 7 days. So yes, the teas, they offer an array of health benefits for our pets. There is a whole bunch of options, as I just showed you, my top 7. If you've got a dog or cat with some of the specific health conditions we talked about, such as allergies, such as arthritis, such as an animal in need of immune support, consider some of these teas. And or you're just wanting to improve the health of your pet, maybe provide them with some additional positive nutrients, consider something, like the Rooibos tea. Sneak some of that into your dog's water bowl. If he's going to consume that daily, it could really make a big positive long-term difference. And because we're seeing so many health benefits with people that are consuming tea on a regular basis, even a couple cups a day, you can expect, in my opinion, the very same thing applied to our animals, right? So if you have an animal in need of ongoing immune support and you're just worried, or maybe you've got a dog, say a golden retriever, more prone to many of the cancers, consider tea as a good supplement. It's inexpensive. You don't have to buy anything for it. You're going to probably get yourself some Rooibos tea, giving your dog, about a quarter or half a cup of the tea once a day. That could really make a difference to his or her long-term health. And the tea, it's also good for you. So maybe black tea isn't your thing. Consider some green tea, because this offers so many health benefits. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets of medicinal healing teas for dogs and cats. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book.